It's official now, the masks have slipped. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle can't hide the cracks anymore. The tension between them has reached the point where even their carefully polished smiles can't conceal the storm beneath. Last night, King Charles and Prince William appeared shoulder to shoulder, a show of unity that should have dominated every headline. But then, came Harry and Meghan. When the Duke and Duchess of Sussex walked onto the red carpet in New York, the illusion of harmony shattered under the flash of 1,000 cameras. The Manhattan night glittered like champagne, golden, glamorous, but hollow. And beneath that glimmer, the Sussex fairy tale began to crumble. As Meghan arrived in her dazzling ivory gown, she seemed to float, every step rehearsed, every pose perfect. The cameras loved her, as they always do. But right beside her, Harry looked distant, stiff, uneasy, his jaw tight, his eyes scanning the crowd as if he wanted to be anywhere else. When Meghan leaned in to whisper something, the moment should have been intimate. Instead, his face changed. Subtly, sharply. It lasted only a second, but that second became the most replayed moment on the internet. Within hours, TikTok analysts and online body language experts dissected every frame like detectives. Did he roll his eyes? Was she scolding him? What did she say? The question spread faster than wildfire, and the headlines followed. But what the world saw on that red carpet was only the beginning. Shift to dramatic tension. Inside the glamorous New York Awards Gala, things took an even worse turn. A leaked video from an event staffer showed Meghan standing up, uninvited, during a charity segment. The host had simply asked the audience a general question about humanitarian work, but Meghan seized the spotlight. She began an unscripted speech, one of her familiar be-the-light monologues about compassion and community, but this time, the room wasn't with her. The audience, filled with A-list New Yorkers and industry elites, shifted awkwardly in their seats. And the camera caught Harry, sitting frozen, head bowed slightly, eyes darting toward her. He whispered something under his breath, pleading for her to stop. But she didn't. She pressed on, smiling, radiant, unstoppable. Until an event organizer gently interrupted, trying to move the program forward. The air turned ice cold. Meghan paused, gave a tight smile, and sat back down. The applause that followed wasn't admiration, it was polite, confused, half-hearted. And Harry's face said everything words couldn't. Moments later, they were seen leaving the event separately, Meghan one way, Harry the other. The footage spread online like wildfire, sparking one of the biggest royal rift rumors since their departure from Buckingham Palace. On social media, hashtags exploded across X, formerly Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Videos from the gala were remixed, slowed down, and analyzed like crime scene footage. Some called it the night Meghan hijacked the gala, others named it Harry's silent scream. And the worst part? The drama didn't end at the red carpet. Just when the night seemed to be over, the real storm began outside. As guests filtered out of the gala, paparazzi cameras captured a tense exchange between Harry and Meghan near their car. She was speaking rapidly, her hands slicing through the air. Harry's shoulders were stiff, his eyes locked on the ground. Then he muttered something, turned his back, and got into the car first, leaving her standing there for a moment under the harsh New York flashbulbs. That 10-second clip hit social media like a thunderclap. Within an hour, it was trending across continents, the UK, the US, Canada, Australia, every outlet looping it with new captions and wild theories. Lip readers slowed it down, claiming Harry said, "You always do this." Others insisted it was, "I told you not to talk." No one knew the truth, but everyone had an opinion. By morning, tabloids ran with it. Royal rift in the Big Apple, screamed the headlines. Meghan's speech flops, Harry humiliated. Page 6 sources described the atmosphere inside as uncomfortable and icy. One guest said you could feel the chill between them, and behind the scenes? Insiders say Harry was furious, embarrassed that Meghan had once again gone off script, turning what should have been a subtle charity evening into another viral spectacle. He reportedly felt undermined, especially in front of the wealthy donors he'd hoped would support his foundation. Meanwhile, Meghan's camp rushed to spin it. Her spokesperson told the press she was simply responding to the moment, her words were authentic and heartfelt. But that explanation backfired. To critics, it sounded all too familiar, the same line used after her Oprah backlash, pause, reflective. It wasn't just about a speech. It was about what that image represented, Meghan standing while Harry sat, commanding the stage while he disappeared into the shadows. To many viewers, that moment defined their relationship, Meghan leading, Harry fading. Comments flooded in by the thousands. "This isn't a partnership anymore, it's Meghan's show," wrote one user. "They wanted freedom, now they're trapped in their own PR circus," said another. And maybe Harry knew it. Sources claim he didn't even want to attend the gala. He'd sensed it would stir up trouble, but Meghan was determined to make a comeback, to reclaim the spotlight after months of quiet. Instead, that spotlight burned brighter than ever, and not in her favor. Transition to crisis tone. By dawn, the Sussex team was in panic mode at their Montecito mansion. Phones rang non-stop. Statements were drafted, contacts called. One PR insider revealed that media outlets were even offered exclusive access to future projects, if they'd just take down the clip. That's how desperate the situation had become, because now, the illusion of perfection was broken, and the world was watching the pieces fall. The fallout was swift and brutal. For days, online commentary tore through every angle. Was this the beginning of the end for the Sussex brand? Even Harry's old friends began to speak anonymously to the British press. One reportedly told the Daily Mail, "He looks miserable. Like he traded one palace for another prison." That single quote flipped the narrative. Suddenly, sympathy shifted back to Harry, the prince who escaped royal life only to become a prisoner of fame. Meanwhile, fashion insiders dropped their own bombshell. Balenciaga, the luxury brand Meghan had long admired, quietly unfollowed her official account. Rumor had it her New York gown resembled one of the label's unreleased designs, and they weren't happy about it. What was meant to be her dazzling red carpet moment now looked like a couture controversy. By midweek, Harry appeared alone at a small veterans event. He looked weary, withdrawn, forcing smiles for the cameras. Meghan cancelled a planned podcast appearance, citing scheduling conflicts. But to the public, it was clear, the separation had already begun, if not in paper, then in spirit. Royal commentators were blunt. One wrote, "The Sussex brand is imploding. Every appearance turns into a PR disaster. The chemistry is gone, and audiences can feel it. That's the death of any Hollywood partnership, royal or not." Even late-night hosts joined in. Jimmy Kimmel joked, "If Harry and Meghan get another Netflix deal, it might be called Keeping Up with the Crowns." The crowd laughed, but for the couple, that laughter must have cut deep. Inside Buckingham Palace, aides reportedly watched the chaos unfold with quiet amusement. One senior source told The Times they wanted global influence. Instead, they've become reality TV fodder. Tragic, really. A single remark, but one that summed up everything. The truth is, Harry and Meghan once embodied rebellion, the fairy tale rebels rewriting royal history. Now, they're trapped in a story they can't control. Even their streaming partners are losing patience. A Netflix insider allegedly said, "We can't keep cleaning up after them. Every appearance ends in chaos." Spotify's old critique, calling them grifters, began circulating again, reigniting questions about their future. By week's end, the glitter had faded. No smiling photos. No curated Instagram posts. Just silence, and that silence spoke louder than any headline. Maybe that New York gala wasn't just another PR stumble. Maybe it was the breaking point, the night the illusion of Sussex unity finally shattered. Two people, once united against the crown, now standing on opposite sides of the same stage. And if whispers are true, that was only the beginning. Because sometimes, the fairy tale doesn't end with a crown. It ends with a curtain call, and applause that turns into whispers. Fade-out tone, soft, reflective. This is Royal Buzz News, where the truth behind the royals always finds the light.